This is trying to push in every detail that I can about why my husband cheated on me 4 weeks after we got married. We'd been together 7 years, we've got 2 children, ran a house together, all of that sort of stuff. Lived a lovely little life. Get married, have the most amazing day, like said our own vows, like wrote custom vows to each other, just obviously very much in love. We go on honeymoon, spend 10 days, have the best time, and then get home on the Sunday. And then the Friday, which would be 4 weeks since we got married, he had work drinks with his friends. So I'm like, cool, go do you. He goes out, texting like your standard things like, can't wait to see you tonight, I love you. Then it starts getting weird, like he's not replied to my last message, which I don't text much, but just let me know where you are. It's to 4 a.m. and I've obviously texted me a few times like, I'm worried now, it's 4 a.m. and I haven't heard from you in like 5 hours. Like, can you just let me know where you are and that you're okay? He finally calls me back at like 4:30 and he's like, I'm in a taxi on the way home now. And I was like, you're a prick, bye. Hung up. 5 o'clock comes, still not home. Like, 5:15, still not home. I am losing my mind. His phone's now off. And I'm like, where is he? I call taxi companies, the hospital. I end up calling the police and I'm like, has this man come into custody because he ain't home? Like, what's he done? Like, has he got married to a taxi driver or something? I don't know. Like, no, but did you want to file a missing persons report? So I'm like, yeah, can I file a missing persons report? My husband's gone missing. This is so out of character. My kids wake up. I go to take them out in the car because I'm like, we're going to go and get breakfast. I'm on the hunt for my husband. And I was like, is he in a ditch? Like, where is this man? Anyway, go downstairs to get in the car and the man's asleep on the sofa. So I'm like, what on earth? You snuck in. He's like, I didn't sneak in. I was like, you're the loudest drunk. You snuck in. You're acting weird. What's going on? Like, you come to bed. Like, we've just got married. What on earth is this? And he was like, no, like, I was just really drunk. Like, I thought I'd best sleep on the sofa. I was like, and he gets out and I'm like, something's not adding up. Where were you last night? He's like, I was at the strip club. And I was like, you always go to the strip club. He would go to the strip club occasionally and he would never get dances. So I never really had an issue with it. I was like, what, getting dances? He's like, yeah. And I was like, something's not adding up. You're acting very shady right now. Like, I know you. Like, the back of my hand, something's not okay. And he just looks at me and goes, I'm lying to you. And I was like, what happened last night? And he was like, I slept with someone. And I just screamed and I threw my phone at him because I don't know, I was just raging. My kids are there, like, I didn't even know how to handle it. And I was like, who is she? And he was like, a girl from work. And I was like, what's her name? He tells me her name. I was like, how could you? How dare you? How long has this been going on for? You just married me. All the stuff that you can imagine. He was like, no, this is the first time it's ever happened. Like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, you need to sort the kids out. I need to get out of this house. So I leave the house, go see my friends, all the time texting him like, trying to find out more and more details, and he swears that it never had happened before. I end up going back home. My friends take the kids because obviously we need a minute to talk. And I'm like, pack your bags, get out of my house. Like, I can't even look at you right now. So he does, he leaves. After obviously answering questions, a few days later, he comes back around to talk and he swears like it was a mess up, like never needed to happen again. And I was like, right, I don't really know where to go from here. Like, we just got married. Like, do I throw this away? So I'm like, maybe I give him a chance, like, I don't know. He then turns up one night, because obviously we're not living together now. And he's like, I don't want to be with you. What? So I'm sobbing, like literally begging not for him to leave. He then comes back the following morning sobbing like, I can't leave you. So I'm like, okay, let's go to therapy, let's work through this. We go to therapy. He says like, she's not in the picture anymore. I'm like, is she gone from work? And he's like, no. I was like, she needs to leave. We're never going to get through this. She doesn't leave. They're still working together. He's not trying at therapy. It's like a month down the line, I'm like, you don't want to be here, do you? Like, let's just call it a day. They are now together. They live together. She helps him raise my children. She is 21, he is 32. And he has run off with this person and they have been together for the last year whilst I'm here, and she hates me, understandably, but I hate her even more, and there is so many more details in between this, but that is the long and short of it, is he's still with her, and he cheated with her 4 weeks after.
I must admit, that's probably the first time I've ever actually heard someone, well, a wife or a woman, say that they're okay with their partner going to a strip club. But, you know, from the way this woman's telling the story, you can tell something was definitely up from the off. You know, she's got her suspicions because, you know, whenever he normally comes back from a boozy night out, he always ends up, crawling back into bed next to his now newly wife. But obviously in this occasion, he's actually just sat on and slept downstairs on the sofa, which if it is out of character for him, you can tell why this woman instantly got, if you like, a red flag, because like she said earlier, it's so out of character for him. But the fact that you're actually going to cheat as well, like literally after, if you really love someone, why would you cheat? That's number one. Number two is if you're committed to a person, you spent all this money in a wedding and you're really in love with this person and you want to build and commit to a really good future together, why would you cheat with someone literally 4 weeks after marrying them? This woman obviously thought a lot about the man, the fact that she kept, she was worried after, she wasn't pestering him. The fact of, why aren't you answering me, is when it got to the fact when he wasn't answering her for prolonged periods of time, which I'd assume, again, is out of character for this man to do. I guess you can only help but feel for this woman, because she was literally hoping, and as I guess was the man before this night out, that they could build a future together. But obviously he must have had some lingering feelings for this woman, this work colleague, or it was just a drunken mistake, which he obviously admitted to. But the fact that he went to a strip club before on numerous occasions, and obviously this woman knew about it and she was okay with it, I can't help but think he's not telling the truth when he says this is the first time it's only happened when he's cheated on her. Surely he's had to dance at that strip club. I'd find very, very, very hard to believe. I think going to therapy initially is a bad idea, because if you're going for therapy, in reality, 9 times out of 10, you're just never going to get through the root of the problem, which in this case is that the fact that he obviously married a woman he didn't want to have a relationship with, and all while obviously having this huge crush for this person at work who I didn't even realise is like 11 years younger than this man. And now he's literally with this woman, building his life with her, raising this woman's children with his work relation. It's all a little bit messed up, but I'd feel really, really hard done by this woman. Fair play for telling a story as well, because it needs to be heard, and it must have been a truly horrible thing to have gone through. In the end, it makes it look like that she's the one who wanted to make it work, and this man was never really bothered in the first place. But that man was the person who wrecked and destroyed the relationship.